to our meeting this evening. It is September 2023. We're glad to see a few people here. Beginning with Larry. Terry Rhodes, board member.
Leader.
And next up,
and with liberty and justice.
Our mission
reached the point of we have one person signed up to remember your comments are limited to 3. Will be recorded as part of the public time over to William.
Person.
Per person.
Okay. New face and some from I'm a scientist now. And so have a lot of this. Yeah, let's. Last year we had climate-related things with heat. Should be a couple of school in the elementary school. Mindful of all these other kind of plug in the sprays, the candles, and all that. There, and just to give you an idea, they have I won't be able to say them all. They have right off the there's propionate, carbo. There's another one, dime. Glade plug-in, and these are just the. I have 45 seconds. The internal classroom environment for allergy. Is to be breathing in all day long.
Have you talked to, I mean, are you concerned?
Definitely concerned about my kids. They sell them in Costco and they sell them in Sam's Club. You know, doesn't mean everything they sell in there. Just look at the ingredients of the things that stuff like that. They give off a good.
Just have candles that are lit.
And sneezing and there's a lot. Stress.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks.
You might. Just let him know that, you know, are eco-friendly.
I just thought this could be an issue more.
Thank you, William. And I will take a motion. Anything on the consent agenda? It's been moved. Discussion. Any concerns? Vote electronically.
To approve the consent agenda passes.
Then we are on to our report. Presented by Kirk McRae.
Joel, right? He's our the social media litigation and the outline what the social media, that's a new one. That the board would need to take an action on the Juul company that take action on that as well. But Joel, that you allocated.
I really appreciate you having me. I've on social media, looking at you, I think you're all old enough to remember the word. And it has fundamentally changed things about this product, but they're also extent those things be changed, and who should can be held accountable when they know things are causing and public nuisance that are commonly used to get Juul, and doing that. What was it? Districts had about 15 million kids. 30% of on social media, we already have almost half. Working on Juul, we heard from a number of districts. Fundamental data points, I think you all know. Things fall. While if they don't read on grade levels have been falling, for the behind by social media and by what are social media companies doing? Smith, which is being battled because they have so much information. Challenges, and people put challenge. If we got discussed the DBS licks, school have that information, we could act things. And what seems a trend we're seeing, if you can film a fight at your school, be influencers really try to get videos of they get thousands of views, and guess what? If you get enough views, members of Congress, and they have to find out what exactly they're doing. We think what we start to know what they know. Manipulate the nicotine, and social media understands that just as well as nicotine. You're addicted. Our law is always and that's proven to be wise. On alcohol, there's some fundamental changes that our governor has been targeting advertising, do that, do that, and other things. They need incentive. Publicly traded company, you only respond because money as quickly as possible. So this lawsuit is very 700 districts joined nationwide. And that it's a contingency fee. Therefore, you are joining as an individual plaintiff. On and Altria to you. We'll bring and you'll get that choice. You don't need to be gentle.
Other school board members from across the great to
Well, I think there's definitely a chance arguing the free speech to 30 that basically says on their website they're not like the content they post. Like, let's say they're another posts a picture of her. TikTok takes those and they're out. And before publish see that fight, they put it. And they're saying, we're not doing that. No, you're taking that content. We think we have a very strong argument that it's just like a product. It's still speech, third parties take it, whatever. Really thin ice, right?
question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really.
So when we did the vaping lawsuit, Juul's former board members and tobacco company in the world used and that settlement was approved. Altria is a bigger, meaner. Started in April, and it was scheduled for 4. I believe volunteered. They went through discovery and deposition. After 3 weeks, we had just. They did. And at that point, they waived the white in a few key ways. One way is that it, you know, we're going to report this to our investors. So, the settlement offer from Altria. The gross amount, the net amount will likely and this amount is on the Altria payment in 2024. You suffered consequences from vaping for those resources that you lost. So we'll nail it down. We'll just get email. And that's it.
been going on for a long time. Thank you. Thanks, Kirk.
Action agenda for next board meeting. Settlement. A proposal for us to tell her the board approves that participation. If that is next week.
Okay. Next up, we is a really interesting spread.
You typically would have gotten an application and transferred it into a spreadsheet. We're going to those in automatically. Anyway, as usual, there's some fun clubs on like how to ask a girl on a date. I just present those to you. I have and isn't here to represent Skyview this evening, but
Sound fun.
Advisor for the How to Ask Girl.
How to ask girls on a date. I have a list of they're interested in the list. I'd be happy to give it to them.
Anyone else have questions or?
being out on the field, but
But that doesn't matter.
which high school is that under? They are the only high school that has access to. Right. Okay,
So that's the
might be
field.
All right.
Hello. This is my fourth year, so that's fun. The policies and procedures manual for special.
No, we
No.
just got the policy.
Oh. As we're changing our policies, that is, as far as I know, an overarching. It comes out with our policies and procedures. IDEA changes and different things like that. Both this policy adopted in Cache County.
So
District.
just the policy.
For both of them. last time is I just put a place for all your formal.
Do you want to, and then,
Yes, we have and we have trainings that we do in order to make sure
but teachers coming in, reading 100.
manual, the policies and procedures that their students with disabilities are getting the
Knowing
no
what to do.
that we teacher training, special education teachers will not be appropriate.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
We can see on board docs, which is graph the individual. So they probably just need to be
Correct. It should be.
right.
Yep.
Okay. It's a great policy. I like it.
Yeah. I felt it was best and it indicated.
Anyone else have questions for Jenny before she leaves? For adoption of board policy is up next. Presented by Superintendent McKee.
Helpful to discuss and to do here is make a distinction between policy and process for distinguishing each. And should be developed and then administrative enactment of that policy. And simply would be a speedier process to get these. So, you know, the previous policy such as the manual that would provide you simply kind of outline.
Yeah, the procedures accomplish the goal of the policy.
That I have is in this policy and manuals and administrative procedures. Will do a lot of things regarding specific, or if we want to add something like
We certainly could add that for very inclusive that starts somewhat from if Jenny has a name all of our departments to present to the board is the best thing. Really procedural piece that's, and obviously I would work and designate more clear about that and add a
believe that the district and consistency's sake and vision into this policy on policy.
In the right direction, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a-
policies and make them more meaningful.
Training of employees. And if you have a question, what is the policy? Does Gary say? Well, we like to hear what Gary. Okay. Tim's is.
There, we have officially
Maybe the-
slammed both.
They're used. It should be, people are, it should not be subjective.
Absolutely.
For that consistency.
and I would add efficiency and safety as well.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on to 2023 bond.
It is a copy of a proposed the further outlines the procedures that would be your office has prepared a draft. Next week, when we would propose comments on the resolution, it's officially designates the election officials representing the school district. It also throughout the valley. So Ryan Beer as well as information about is kind of officially designated. Individuals from Cache County who to also run our special election thing. Do any of you have any questions?
I have, and it's we haven't talked about months, or if we would break it up like we did
issue all of the bonds. Do that. Be in close contact with girls. It's rare, I would, like I mentioned, it were advantageous to do so much.
No,
Okay.
I just, and so I just thought of that today as I was reading through.
One thing I failed to mention, sorry, is that the election, which is acknowledges the results of the election. Election on the 28th, is that correct, Tim? Analyze that in the resolution before.
Of your diligent work. And I think that there's a very there was the last one because of your possible as they prepare to vote. So no. This is very well done.
A bond election, we are required to statement for I'm grateful for the help of everyone in words or less. Same kind of logic as transparent as we can, and any questions about that?
Posted somewhere where people can see it, or?
Did you find out whether
I believe it goes out on the ballot. Instruction, I don't know, what do they call that?
anyone else have questions for Tim? Did you have something?
Just a reminder to everyone. And then it has to be done between January 2nd. Affect Chris too.
Roger and I were the ones who ran to
About signing up. And
about board member reports. Of that you sit on some years, but like we visit other places. And Roger with a statement on school board members, the full purpose for board members as a party responsible for board advisor. So you are the representative, considering the feedback collaborator as a supporter of the carry it out. So with the district to the explain what our role is in different places on committees. So I just like, and for my board president report, I retreat work with the board evaluation is for moving forward that you gave to feedback that we got was that people don't know what this and if we're doing anything, if you want to set a goal for leadership academy last weekend that goes out to all the employees, does something about what the board does or that any of you have about how we can
A push system is the right idea, and very easy to read. That I would, in the neighborhood, happening, what we do, what our part was, a good way. If it's a little bit free, and I'd be glad to, and maybe what we share. We ought to deliberate over that a little bit. Flash out,
Who would this go out to? Would it go out to the community? Faculty, staff, is that what it is? Or it would be
I think all parties, at least sorry, information that we need. You can, if it's a little bit,
so I wonder if we'd benefit from touched into different social media.
Absolutely.
I think she would be.
Well, we don't want to give her one more thing to do.
I think bringing her.
Maybe have her help us at the beginning decide. We'll get information to her to send out.
And she could protect us from ourselves, I think.
Yes. To
We've got about 10 seconds.
And thinks that Dr. Pepper would the world.
It is,
Right.
isn't it?
Or the
actually do.
right.
Something. I don't know. What do you guys think? To communicate, yeah, cheer.
He's right. It's
Well,
not
we
just,
can communicate in lots of
Professionals in the communication realm, like our director. There could be other venues and ways that we could.
Do you think that we should communicate? Well, to the public about what we're doing?
But maybe not in the form you're thinking of?
No, they don't.
Well,
Voting day when there's a bond on there, then conversation.
Do you? Decide to look for information. Okay.
we're discussing this is because we did a students in our schools. Or who their school board member educated as you on these issues. Gary, Tim, Gordon.
mean to minimize the information, but also recall that this is not a rep one side. You're not necessarily a district as a whole.
Because it was a
Our thinking and our thoughts based off that. Think through strategies to broaden our everyone in the district.
your summary of all of the what rose to the top, and
Yep.
that seems to be the
True.
thing that is the area where we can improve. And then we can, you can here for a brainstorming session or however.
Would it be better to have Jenda come here? Well, I'm thinking of your
Are
time.
you raising your hand? Our assistant superintendent. Mhm.
Things that we've done in the past year or something. I don't know.
The content seems all right. Thank you.
I think I get a lot of communication with those communications, be a little bit more transparent. Internet access or something. Transparent. Like, this is our intent, this is why we're interested in this, and then you're seeing I think just simple measures like that.
Thanks, Jeff.
Terry? You can have things turn out on the podcast. Put in to action.
Well, it opinion for it to be the back burner while we take care of bond. After the bond again next year. So
Okay.
That we've been reliant on with that skill set that can help us permanent employee that can help
each time you do one of those.
Agenda has the
Oh.
data.
I thought you were,
Be terrible.
all right. To the superintendent's report.
I want to just add that we gratifying to visit. Have been able to do so, and really engaging in does mean we haven't had our seem to be continuing to gain. I have approved one science to go to, so that is coming up in the and that's my report.
I want you all to know I asked for about the first day youngest kid was lost for hours. Terrible.
I certainly did.
That I